He is the founder and CEO of SeniorCare Advocate, and he's got some great information about getting guidance and planning for the future. So we've had you on before, but now we get a little time to focus on SeniorCare Advocate. So what is it that you guys do there?
Good question. So we, for 35 years, we've really advocated for people when they're in a long-term care crisis. It's scary. It's the first time many people go through it. You know, they don't know their options. They don't know their rights. So we listen, we educate, we advocate, we teach them how to, you know, to navigate that process and do it so that they don't actually, you know, that they get everything that they need to. So.
Right, and in a lot of those situations, you know, it can kind of run the gamut. They can either have nobody maybe on their side, or maybe they've got too many people sort of on their side.
Well-meaning people.
Right, right, and sometimes it's hard to come to an agreement, and you need some mediation and a neutral party to kind of intervene. What would you say is the need here in the Central Valley for your services? Is it a big need?
Well, I think it is because we're getting calls every day, you know, all the time for people asking for help, asking for direction, wanting to know their rights and their options. And unfortunately, you know, most of the, whether it's the hospitals or the communities that are out there trying to help people, they're so busy providing care that they don't have a lot of time to, and as you know, a lot of people, they don't have the staff that they need or that maybe they had pre-COVID, and so there's just a lot of people falling through the cracks. They don't get the help, they don't get all their rights or their options. And so I think coming out of COVID, one of the things we've learned is that people absolutely need an advocate, and they need them now more than ever.
Yeah. Do you feel like you get more calls and more requests for help from the actual person who needs the advocate or from family members?
Well, it's actually, those are really the same people in a lot of cases because so the answer is yes. I mean, actually from both, but what we tend to get is in the middle sometimes of families that don't agree, kind of like what you mentioned. And so you always have the brother who's never talked to mom, and all of a sudden he's, you know, 2 states away, but now he has, you know, the understanding of what needs to be done. So we have some conversations that aren't always easy, but they're really, really productive. And so, yeah, people get in the midst of a crisis and then they reach out. And
it's always, you know, you hate to get to that point. You'd like people to be prepared, but it is nice to have a number to call when you meet that crisis. How did you get into this? Why do you do this work?
Yeah, I've asked myself that a few times actually, but you know what? I followed my dad, to be honest. It was 35 years ago, August 1st. My dad realized that there was a huge need. He was a police officer for 20 years and got, you know, kind of tired of that, got into this business, estate planning, and through the years, we just, you know, you develop relationships with your clients, and as they go through difficult times, you want to help them, and you may not be the best person to help them in a certain area, but you feel like, I got to find somebody, I got to help them because, you know, you care about them. And so in time, I don't know if the word spreads or you just, you know, you kind of, you know, people touch people and all of a sudden everybody's calling you, and we just know that this is what we're here for. You know, we feel like this is really why we're here.
And so you kind of, it kind of sounds like maybe through happenstance and just through being a good resource, you became a really good resource for people. So you provide advocacy, but anything, any other resources that people can reach out to you for?
Yeah, in fact, I'm glad you mentioned it because, you know, we provide all kinds of great information, but what we have, through the years, we've developed a really great network of people that we've vetted, we know and we trust. And so whether it's from the legal field, the medical, the insurance, financial, you know, we have vetted professionals that, so it's not just us, we have a team that can provide basically anything everybody needs because as you said earlier, you know, we know nobody calls until they're in a crisis. In my perfect world, I'd love them to plan ahead and take some time and not be in a big urgency, but that's not human nature. So people call us in a crisis. We need to hit the ground running and help them with all those resources as quickly as possible. So we do have pretty much anything everybody needs. we can connect them or we have it in-house.
Right, so if we're talking about estate planning or insurance or things like that, you can help with all of that. Well, we have all of the information about how you can get connected with senior care advocates. Gregory, thank you so much for being here today. Always a great conversation. I think it's great to plant that seed in people's head that you are there if they're ever in a crisis. Thank you so much.
Thank you.